Catalan Dragons 4, Hull FC 24 in a game that got all the pundits and commentators getting their predictions for 2025, ripping them up and putting them in the bin. This was an inspired performance from John Cartwright's men. Massive congratulations to John himself. This was unbelievable difference in from the 2024 squad, wasn't it? No doubt about that whatsoever. This was very good indeed from Hull FC. Suddenly, the Hull derby is a thing to look forward to. The last 2 years, those affairs have been pretty shoddy. But I have to say, based on this week's action, you've got to say Hull FC will be bang up for that when Hull KR come to town. Of course, they go to Craven Park. For the first 20 minutes, there was very little in this game. Very little indeed, I have to say. It was a real good arm wrestle. And then that first try from Jordan Lane, a little bit fortuitous. But anyway, in he goes. Not a problem at all. Nice finish, Jordan. And we're off and running. And then the question was, what are Catalan Dragons going to do? Everybody expects Catalan Dragons. They've got a great squad to really go well this season. Poor performance against Halifax. What were they going to do having gone behind by 6 points to nil? Quite frankly, not an awful lot. You had to give so much credit to Hull FC. Of course, the next try for them was when Cade Cuss went in the corner. And I don't know about you, but it was a beautiful move. Rapana down the left-hand side. There it was out to Martin. A great performance from him on the night. Ball comes back on the inside to Cuss, and he used it. He went back out to the outside and took his try really, really well. And you're thinking, wow. I have to say, some of the defending really poor from the Catalan Dragons. Really, really poor. Thought the Briscoe try pretty much showed that, if I'm being honest, in this game, because when they got through, the Catalan players just seemed to be on treadmills. It was unbelievable, really. They seemed to be very, very slow, very reactive. Hull FC were on the front foot right the way throughout that first period. Did really, really well. And it's 18-0 at half-time. You're thinking, what's going on here? Surely Catalan's got something in reserve for the second half. And of course, back came Artur Morg. Artur Morg got his try on 44. And you're thinking, right, okay, this is going to be interesting now, because Hull FC last year absolutely capitulated in many, many games. We expect better from Catalan on home soil. You're thinking, right, what's going to happen next? Well, again, really, really poor decision making from Catalan. And of course, the ball he spilled there is Cade Cuss again. Off he trots. Kotrick couldn't catch him, and he goes in and secures the win. Yes, there was a final kick over at the end for Hull FC, but I have to say, the way Hull FC went about the business in this one deserves a lot of praise. We pull the leg of Hull FC fans on Super League Raw Weekly, but the bottom line is, this was outstanding. Aidan Caesar, this is nothing like the Aidan Caesar we've seen in Super League ever before. He was poor at Huddersfield, he was poor at Leeds, but I have to say, I questioned, was he going to be the right fit for the captaincy? I felt he needed to concentrate on his own game. I was wrong. If this is what Aidan Caesar, my apologies, is all about this season, what an inspired choice as captain, because he absolutely led the team around the park. He looked right up for it. All of these people that they brought in, where there's been massive question marks, what version were you going to get? Well, Zach Hardacre shows you what version you're going to get. John Asiata, he shows you what version you're going to get. To a man, this was an outstanding performance from Hull FC, and they deserve all the plaudits. As for the Catalan Dragons, what now for Steve McNamara? At the back end of last season, the French press were really getting into Steve McNamara. It's like they were losing faith in Steve McNamara, and all of a sudden now, they've just about got past Halifax. And let's be fair, they've been embarrassed by Hull FC last night, and that's taking nothing away from FC. FC was superb. Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw this coming. Anybody who says that they did, well, fair play to you, but I don't think there'll be many out there that do. This was outstanding rugby league football. Next up for Hull FC, Wigan Warriors at home. And let's not forget, they beat them last season. Unbelievably, their best performance of the season by miles. Can they repeat that at the MKM Stadium next Friday night? I, for one, will be tuning in, because I can't wait to see that one. It's an incredible, incredible tale there to be told. Wigan just missing out to the Lee Leopards. Of course, they'll be smarting from that. And Hull FC, well, their confidence will have gone through the roof with regards to this performance. Really, really strong. It's very, very difficult. Let's pick out some key players. Before we actually pick them out for Hull FC, some real question marks over what Steve McNamara is doing. Artur Morg needs to stay in a position. 1 minute he's a halfback, next minute he's a fullback. They need to settle on where Artur Morg is going to play. By easily, probably their most effective strike player over the last few years. Yes, Kiri, we'd expect will improve them as the season goes on, but they need to give Morg one position, let him specialise in it, and let him keep playing there. It's not benefiting the team or Artur Morg moving him around the field. I've always been quite kind to Artur Romano over the last couple of seasons, but for me, there was times in this game where Romano really didn't look like he was up for the Challenger Super League this season. He needs to improve for the Catalan Dragons. I mean, don't get me wrong, I thought a few of the players had reasonable games. Ollie Partington did what he did, always does 44 tackles from Ollie. But all in all, the whole team have a lot to consider going into next week's fixture. As for Hull FC, well, like you say, 4 players getting over 100 metres, 180 for Martin. He was outstanding on the night. 127 for Harvey Bannerman on the other side. Hardacre got 126 and 123 for Jordan Rapana. Some really, really good running from them out of backfield throughout the evening. And like I said, the team spirit, I mean, unbelievable compared to last season. I mean, it really is chalk and cheese, isn't it, between last year and this year in terms of what we witnessed. Team spirit, cohesion, really, really good in and around the ruck. Caesar and Cust, men reborn. I mean, Cade Cust, I mean, he's had trouble, hasn't he, keeping down a spot at Wigan and Salford. Yes, injuries have played a part in that, but Cade Cust was incredible on the night. I mean, so much for John Cartwright and the FC faithful to be happy about. They'll temper it a little bit. They understand that, one spring doesn't make a summer. But what a start to Super League, to go to Perpignan and absolutely best the Catalan Dragons. It's a massive step in the right direction for everybody concerned with Hull FC, and we're delighted for you. Let's get into the 3-2-1. No surprises. There are no Catalan Dragons in this one. 1 point I am going to give to Zach Hardacre. I thought Hardacre in this game really, really assured. 23 tackles in D, 7 marker tackles as well, 15 carries, 126 metres from him. He also got himself 2 tackle busts in the game. I thought everything that he did, a couple of offloads as well, everything that Zach Hardacre did was Zach Hardacre at his best, and that has got to please Hull FC fans. Everybody questions Zach. He's almost Jake Connor-esque, isn't he? You never know what version you're getting. But Zach Hardacre, this is Zach Hardacre, Mark Lee Leopards. Brilliant performance. 2 points have got to go to Cade Cust. Brilliant performance from Cade Cust. 2 tries, both took really well. But it was his all-round game. Good in D, 30 defensive tackles in there, 6 marker tackles. He got a tackle bust in there, had his hands on the ball quite a lot. Really assured performance from Cade Cust. Is he going to stay in the halves now? We'll have to wait and see. But the 3 points, the man of the match performance has to go to Aidan Caesar. What a performance with the boot. Real solid there, no problems. 4 out of 5 went over for him. 2 try assists on the day. He just had his paw prints all over this game. It was easily his best ever game in Super League. It was that good. Many congratulations to Hull FC. Got to give you your due. It's going to be a remarkable season, folks. We'll be back for more Into Sheds very, very soon. Bye for now.